Well, Forrest the Cowboy Govner is back. And today we look to close out and begin a new season. Now, sophomore campaign went beautifully for the Cowboy here. Not only having just a tremendous season in terms of racking up a whole lot of plays, but he actually brought home the Heisman Trophy, the first tight end to ever do so. On top of that, he has helped the Stanford Cardinal make a bowl game for the first time since 2018. That is, unfortunately, with where we are here in this series, about a decade between the Stanford Cardinal winning that Sun Bowl against, I believe it was Pitt, to now facing Pitt yet again, but this time in the First Responder Bowl. So we're once again trying to make history. We've set a bunch of records. We will continue trying to set records. But we also are trying to bring back the Stanford Cardinal with our boy at the helm, build them hopefully in the off season, and actually get some serious talent around here and maybe make a push for a conference title next year. Playoffs, that is all on the lines for Forrest Govner. So as we let this thing start to pick up a little bit, let's start knocking out some tasks before we actually can get on in to that bowl game. It's been about a week or so. Might have been a little bit more than a week since we were last here with Forrest. So we'll see how things start off. Good news, we have a couple practices to get in first to get ourselves nice and warmed up. Try to score a touchdown on a single offensive drive, burning up as much time as possible. Well, most of the year we've been primarily a passing team, so might as well continue trying to be that passing team, though we have balanced it a little bit more with some run game. In fact, some of our better games actually did have a good mix of this run game. As we look to find that soft spot downfield, it is a bad pass coming up well short. That is something that we are going to try to work on in the offseason. It's nothing against Ahmed, but frankly, he hasn't been a great quarterback for us. And it's pretty evident there in that drill. As we were actually open downfield, he just underthrew it. Been seeing a little bit too many of those picks on this channel with all three series of late. Jump through with this weekly agenda here. Good news is the student side of things is all said and done for this year. So we're really just kind of focusing on some of the small things, making sure our conditioning is good without getting that wear and tear. And we can spend the rest of these all on just boosting up our branding, and perhaps we might get pretty close here sooner rather than later. Actually having an extra point that we can't spend. To unlocking that third NIL contract, perhaps? That's a thing that we have not gotten to at all in any of our road to glories, as this is our third one. First of college football 27. Of course, we will do more. I'm hoping that the defensive side has been fixed. We haven't done a defensive one, but let me start leaving it down in the chat. Let me know which ones you guys would want to see after we wrap up Forrest the Govner. But we got Pitt here this week. We also have a chance to upgrade ourselves, but we'll wait to do that after practice just in case we get a little something extra there, an extra 40 points to spend. And like I said, we're going to go through the bowl game today. We're going to go through the off season, see if we do get any of those pop-ups, trying to help us maybe persuade some guys to come in, maybe try to keep some guys around. I know that can happen, can pop up. 60 seconds on the clock. And team is down 4, ball at 35. This time, we hope Ahmed doesn't throw the pick. And definitely not when we get into the actual game. That's a little bit loud. Let's turn that down on my side. You guys should be just fine. A quick throw, it's not picked off play one. That's always a good start. Do have some time coming off the clock, though. We do have a timeout as well that we could look to utilize. As we also take that one right up the middle. That'll work out pretty well for us. About 30 seconds and counting. Don't let us do hurry up. That's fine. Got time for maybe 2 or so more plays here. Got the delayed release. Throw is outside. It's caught. Out of bounds at the 8. Probably work with that time a little bit better then. Got to get Ahmed warmed up. And he's going to throw this one outside, trying to get over to get a block, but we're not going to quite get it. Let's call a timeout there then. 6 seconds. This is the play we got to score. Or drop it. And Thorpe does hold on. So we will complete that one, though. We didn't do a whole lot, but we get the gold. So that works out pretty well for us. Team sport, after all. It's a team sport, but if those have been watching the Mariners of late, Randy Arozarena doing some crazy things. However, it doesn't seem like the momentum carried on over to today. That's another lopsided scoreline. Gotta love baseball. Gotta love teams that you never know what you're going to get from game to game. Almost there. We do have a good chunk more points, about over 100 more. Make sure our leadership is all the way at the top. And we're not going to play with conditioning this week because I don't want to accidentally give us some wear and tear. So I would even... It's not going to give us any sort of boost right now if we do get this up just the 2. So we'll pocket that. Don't want any sort of wear and tear going into this game. Big one versus Pitt. The last team Stanford played in a bowl game. That was a long time ago. Clicked the wrong button there. Meant to go to upgrade. So I know we've been capped out on our speed, our acceleration. We've been working on some of the other things. A little bit of some strength. Stiff arm in there has seen some pretty good climb. Right now, the catch in traffic and whatnot looking pretty good. Run block is also capped. It may be time to look at spending some of our cap breakers then. Increase +2. We'll get that opened up. We can spend a little bit more there. We could get a little bit more here. What about a release? No, too expensive. Could get a little bit of some deep route running. Why not? Let's do that. More speed. That is capped out. A little bit more across the board. We're getting very close to that Jeremy Shockey type build. I think we need to do a little bit more strength. We're still 10 under that. But that'll probably be the focus in the following seasons. We are ready. Once again, trying to make history, winning the first bowl game for Stanford in about a decade, with their Heisman winner at tight end. Let's see. Can we get the white script? I like that. Let's rock with that. It's bowl game time, and that means take this face on out of here. Pause up the music as well. Forrest the Cowboy Govner. The Stanford Cardinal. The Serve Pro First Responder Bowl. Gerald J. Ford Stadium. Trying to beat Pitt. They can get it done. First bowl game win for them in about 10 years. And then hopefully with that, even higher chances of bringing in some more top-end talent in the transfer portal. Really build this team around Forrest. He's got at least one more year he has to play before he could decide to go to the NFL, or he could look to play his true senior season. He did play as a true freshman. We're finishing up year 2 for him. Offense begins at the 15. Long field in front here for Forrest. As we try to just pick something up. Up the seam, good throw. Forrest Govner picking up 18, play 1. Again, we're modeled after the Jeremy Shockey, so we want to also be getting some blocks here. Taking out the big fella out of the play. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you guys don't know who Jeremy Shockey is, you got to go watch the tape. He was one fun player to watch. Little kick out here. No one blocked the backside, though. Jalen Dupree with a short gain. Can you give me a zig route here? He would fake out this defender and bite inside. Hit it back outside. Bad throw there from Ahmed. Just a little bit off the mark. So first drive where it started well, 18-yard catch. Kind of dies out from there. CL Pitt looks to play there first, and they do pick up 3. Our defense has played a little bit up and down. In some games, they've been very good. In other games, they kind of just have disappeared. Risky throw, Ahmed, but it is caught. 46 yards for him through the air. He can run around a little bit, too, so we should keep that in mind. We're going to go in motion here. As we get kind of stuck behind. Throw is well behind the line, and we're going to lose 5. I don't know why. Some of these are just a little bit borked. Tight end releases also aren't great. And it's quick incompletion. 3rd and 15. Did we get something up the seam, perhaps? Defense coming out too high. They drop the corners and linebackers pretty well. Flag is down. This one is not coming back, however. Looks to be on Pitt. Defensive pass interference. We could definitely decline that. We'll take the first down. Yes. We'll go a little bit of some RPO as well. Maybe. There we go. It's an RPO, read option. We'll go with the further out view here just so we can see what's happening. Try to get a block. Ahmed going backwards, loss of 3. Go back to our player now. 2nd and 13 at the 31. Trying to take a lead here, but the pass is quick to Thorpe, and he's going to find about 4. 3rd and 9. Little option route for us. Single high safety. Kind of going to depend on what that backside does. If we look to take it straight up here and look to angle it a little bit more in, it's another underthrow. Forrest trying to utilize all that speed he just got. Sprinting downfield. Govner dives and can't get the ankle. Ahmed with the underthrow. And the pick 6 for Pitt. Down now 10. Panthers with all the momentum. That's why I wish when you called for a pass, you could call what kind of pass you wanted. I feel like that could go a long way. Call for a high pass. Call for, I don't know, pass behind. Something. Just a way to kind of indicate what you're looking for here. Not enough time on that one either. Looking like here. Empty. All right, Ahmed, this is your time to bounce back here. Go get a big play. Or run straight to one of the only 4 defenders down the middle. That works, I guess. Not really. 3rd and 9. Cardinal struggling out the doors here. Quick throw, quick tackle. We lose 1, and we had our boy open over the middle. This is why we need to find some better talent for us. Give us more time in the pocket. Defense, though, does come through as we are inside the second quarter. Still trailing 10-0. Chucking it downfield into double coverage. Should have been picked off. That would have been number 2 for Ahmed. Looks like they really want triple option. And we'll go to the... There we go. Go to the top view. That was a bad block. Try to chop him. Defender, he played it well. So 3rd and 12. We got the curl backside. And still not enough time to get a clean pass out. So the offensive line struggling. The quarterback is struggling. Defense has still only given up 3 points. The pick 6 while we're down 10. They're playing well enough. The offense has just got to come through. or lose 7 more. Offensive line very much struggling, to say the least. Gonna have to move Forrest over to tackle or something. Good throw that time, Ahmed, but it's dropped. Well, can we get another seam shot? Why is it being so sluggish on these buttons? Back at the 9. 3rd and 17, trying to keep the drive alive here. And it's another underthrow. Ahmed at least gets the tackle, but we're not going to do anything if the quarterback can't put any amount of touch on these passes. If you're throwing up the seams, you got to have touch. Defense gives up their first touchdown, though I would say 14 points is on the offense. And that time, I mean, we get the touch and he overthrows it. I think we're going to need to talk to some other quarterbacks in the transfer portal, see if we could get them in here. If that's even possible. And that's going to be another sack and another 3rd and 19. Down bad right now, Stanford Cardinal. Playing at SMU. Lofted. We got the man beat, but it's another bad throw from Ahmed that leads him into the sideline. Defense still, I mean, they're coming through in big ways. 17-0, it could very easily be 35-0 right now. And we'd be out this one already. Forrest trying to get them back in, and he one-hand snags that thing out of the air. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get back to the line and snap another before the break. That's a good throw. We need a bit more of that from Ahmed. Quick throw to the flat, break a tackle. Pick up at least 5 here. That's more than we average a play. Almost a drive at this point. We go hurry up. We do have all 3 of our timeouts. Need to utilize those when we can. Try to set up a little pick play there, but quarterback's going down. Definitely could have probably thrown an offensive pass interference on us with how we ran that. 3rd and 14, setting up the wheel here. And they actually cover that pretty well. And it's incomplete. So another drive. Looks like it's going to be the first half for us that just goes for 9. Or we'll have about 26 seconds and the ball short side of the field. I don't know how we have the first down, but I'm not going to complain. The sideline. Are you kidding me with another one? We got to find ourselves a new quarterback. We've had some pretty good angles. We found a lot of soft spots in the zones, but Pitt's making good plays and our quarterback can't place a ball. Down 20. Second half begins. There we go. That's a good ball. Break a tackle. Forrest. We'll pick up an extra couple at the end of that one, lowering the shoulder. 3 picks for Ahmed in this game. Got to at least get onto the scoreboard this drive. Might get us going a little bit. We've been able to come back in games. Let's hope we can do it one more time this season. What do you mean you're challenging that? That's good on Sundays. Little extra breather there from the challenge from the booth, apparently. They have all their timeouts, so they don't call it on them. Throw is underneath. That'll be caught. First down. Injury timeout, however. That's one of the man with several sacks, I believe, today for Pitt, so that might help us out a little bit. The DT off the field, I feel like we should go the run down the middle here. Try to help ourselves out a little bit. Can the Cubs stop scoring? Chop is not working out too well for us. Gain of 6, though, or gain of 4. 2nd and 6. We go with some hurry up here. A little slow off the line. Good loft. And we're going to trot in, but this one is not coming back. It's on the big man from the other side. So that touchdown will count. Late hit on Ahmed. He at least gets the touchdown. We are on the board. The second half, final game of season 2. For Forrest, the Cowboy Govner, closing in on 100 yards receiving, accounting for probably at this point 75% of the offense. A little bit of a smug look from him there too. Now, I know in a lot of these other series we've transferred around a lot. Defense, they do give up a field goal. We will be staying at Stanford for this next season. After that, who knows? As that throw is out, and you know what? Picking up 5, I'll take it. We are going to be running a lot of hurry up in the second half as we still trail by a good margin. And quarterback is sacked. There are about 4 different guys right there. So the offensive line seems to be a revolving door. 3rd and 12. 3rd and 17 would be worse. DPI? They're going to get DPI on that. That's one I don't agree with, but Force will take it. Get ourselves a free set of downs here. Rough start to this one. Perhaps they're trying to even the playing field. It is a bowl game after all. Not like that hasn't happened before. What throw is that, Ahmed? That's not even pre-cap breaker on our speed kind of speed. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. And yes, I know we didn't run the actual route on that one. We're trying to find grass. That's how we get this offense moving. And 2. 4th and 8, and they're going to pull us off the field here. Coach, we're getting close to the 4th quarter. We may need to go for some of these as we do enter the 4th quarter. Still trailing multiple touchdowns. 23-7. And it's another underthrow. That is interception number 4 for our starting quarterback because he doesn't know how to put a ball out in front. That's why we're not getting the negative grades at least. Forrest can't be happy about this. If he's able to bring home a Heisman with this level of quarterback play, imagine what we could do with some competency behind the center. Another one behind. Really making us try to push this ball downfield. 3rd and 10, injury timeout, one of our offensive linemen. That's good news. Sense the sarcasm there. Injuries are never good news. This time we are open. Forrest tried to lower the shoulder there. That's why I want to work a little bit more on some of those strength moves for him. Because Jeremy Shockey is running through that man and taking his helmet with him. And at least something there. Can't let the quarterback hold on to that ball more than in 2 seconds at the most. Get another one, Forrest. Cutting that one maybe a little bit earlier, but keeping us in front of the defender. Since we basically have to play not only what our route is supposed to be, but also where those defenders are to keep that ball away from them as our quarterback is trying to give it to him. 10 catches here, 141 yards. At least going to be a nice stat sheet for us as a solo game, but from the team atmosphere, not quite. Turn that into the Texas route. Big juke, Forrest Govner getting back on the high horse. Stiff arm, but he runs out of space up the sideline. Bumped out at the 2. What a play, though, from Forrest. As we've got a new man in the backfield here. This is a backup quarterback who's losing 5. Looked like the linebacker read it pretty well there. Might have been a robber safety. Either way, new quarterback's in the ball game. About 4 minutes to play. And we'll snag that touchdown at least. Second one for us on the day. But we're going to need a miracle if we're going to get back into this one. And we do get the ball back. 26-14. But we start back at the 1. Let's check out of that play. That is not what I told you to do. There we go. That's better. Just need to get that ball out quick. That'll do. Get us a little bit of some breathing room. Did Ahmed get benched? That's what I'm wondering, if he got benched. Snag that first down. Got to go hurry up. We still need 2 touchdowns in this game, as we pass the 2:30 mark. 1 timeout in our back pocket, mind you. There we go. That's a better throw. Let's look to skirt out of bounds here. Doing as much as we can in the final game of the season. 225 yards receiving, and we're looking for even more, as we're going to take that. Plus side down to the 36. Clock doesn't stop yet, as we're not inside the 2-minute break. Quick throw underneath is to Thorpe. He's going to look to turn up. Ooh, that's some helmet-to-helmet contact from us, but good news, no penalty. We will hit the 2-minute breather there. And you're going to take your best player off the field at this point? What are you doing, coach? We lose 5 yards, and they're going to put us right back on. So someone jumps off sides to get us back on the field. That's what we're staring at with this team. We were breaking open there, too. All at the 23. Boris Govner, he's looking for another one. It's well placed, but he can't slip the tackle from the linebacker. Down to the 3. The team hustles back to the line. They only have the 1 timeout. They need 2 scores. And it's going to be caught by Thorpe. We'll play him the music too. Stanford Cardinal coming back here. But it looks like it's going to come down to an onside kick. Liam Thorpe with the touchdown. He's been pretty solid as just another option for us. He's played the slot this year, played it well. You see all the stickers he has on his helmet. I didn't mean to skip this. And I was trying to slow things down here. Looks like Pitt, though, is running away with this one quite literally. And there it is. So Stanford at least makes the end score serviceable. But we come up short in the first responder bowl, and the Stanford Cardinal are still waiting for their first bowl win in now 10+ years. Boris Govner, though, he had himself yet another terrific game. He put the team on his back there in the second half. 21 points on the board, 14 of those belonging to Govner. But it's Pitt up there doing a little bit of some orchestrating as they take the bowl game win. Revenge from that bowl game that we beat them in 10 years ago. So that means we are now headed to an off season. So with that, let's get the music back playing and let's find out what it is that we can potentially do here to try to help out Forrest and the team in the off season. -5 speed at the end of that one. Rough. Guess that's what's going to happen, though, when you have over 200 yards receiving. You're going to be a bit worn. We continue to set records. In fact, let's go ahead and check in then on what our tally is at the official end of the season. 204 receptions. That is 4 times, over 4 times, the next highest guy on the roster in Thorpe. We had nearly 3,000 yards receiving, 19 touchdowns, and I'm sure if we could have ran the ball, which in fact we maybe had. No, we didn't have one. I didn't know if there's a couple times you can do a jet sweep with your tight end. Wasn't sure if they were going to count those, but if we could have ran the ball and if we could have passed the ball, I'm sure we would have tried. Now, Ahmed is a redshirt freshman quarterback. Murphy, who came in there, also a redshirt freshman quarterback. It wasn't a good year for him. A lot of interceptions, 19. He basically threw, we'll give him a touchdown and a half per interception. That's not good enough. And that's being kind to that. So what is it that we could do here in this offseason? I meant to check the record books. To help us out next year, actually get that push. So we're not there yet with the careers. Game-wise, doesn't look like we have anything here. So we're looking more at some seasonal records. Receiving yards for the nation, we've set that with 2,831. For receptions, 204. Those are obviously going to be the same for Stanford as well as for the ACC. But did we get anything else with the ACC? I don't know if we're even eligible for anything more. We got the seasons. We do have one for a game. Most receptions, 22 in one game. And for the career, we're not there yet. So some things to keep in mind as we move on to the offseason here. Again, I'm hoping that we'll have some pop-ups about maybe some things we could try to do, keep some players around, or have some sort of say. I think that's something that if it's not that much in the game, it's something they should add. Somehow we're still hanging around a 5th-round pick. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, given the stat line and everything. And it looks like USC is your national champion. It is not Miami making it. They've been there quite often. Oklahoma went in the back-to-back, but they're not there. Instead, USC beats A&M 31-28. A little bit of some variance, at least. We'll look to upgrade ourselves a little bit beforehand as well. Again, I'm trying to focus a little bit more on the strength side of things. So let's get a couple boosts there. Got to finish out the Jeremy Shockey build, right? That was the whole premise behind Forrest Govner. He needs to be a strong, but also athletic guy. We've got the athletics perfectly down. We just need a little bit more of that strength. But after coming up a little bit short of that 3,000 mark, do you think we could hit 3K receiving next year with hopefully some more competent quarterback play? At the bare minimum, Ahmed should be improving. A lot of noises here. Now the season is over, I wanted to thank you for your work with this team. I carried the team. Key starter. Yes, we're gonna. Okay, so this is our package to stay with Stanford, which we're going to be doing. Plus 30 academics, plus 27,000 for the brand, plus 546 for coach trust, plus 23 leadership, 194 skill points, and 8 fitness. It's not bad. If I haven't already made it clear, we want your return. Yeah, we are going to stay here at Stanford. Tight End University, either them or Iowa. Perhaps, though, come the senior year, we might need to check in with Miami a little bit. Again, we're modeled after Jeremy Shockey, and that's where he played. So, players leaving, no information for us. Great news. No one's leaving Stanford. Everyone's staying. We're just going to bring in more people. Cuts will happen later. If only that was the case. That would help us with our UAB and Sac State dynasties we've got going. The coach mode and the traditional builds, which I'm already planning on kind of changing up how we're going to approach the off seasons, which for Sac State will be on Wednesday. Next Wednesday, right? Today's Sunday? Yes. So Wednesday, we'll be going live with Sac State. We'll be playing their bowl game. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the Tony the Tiger bowl game. And then we're going to get right on into the offseason. So a complete finishing of postseason and offseason, get us ready for the next year. Again, changing our approach. We've relied a lot more on seniors when it's come to the transfer portal. I think we need to shift down to juniors, give us 2 years to try to build that depth, and we've got to find ourselves quarterback over there as well. Forrest Govner, only, I guess, reset at the start of the new year. Sure. Go ahead, coach. Have a 50%. And now we jump all the way up to an early second rounder. Granted, we're moving into our true junior year, so this is when we actually become eligible to go to the NFL. You have to play 3 years. One of those could be a redshirt year, which is why you do see redshirt sophomores go. Sure, deactivate it. It's fine. You haven't played a game yet. So, what, we're at week 0, so we didn't get any chances in the offseason to try to sway people for staying or bringing people in. I think that's something that they need to insert here. Give us something for the offseason if we stay at a program. Make it meaningful, right? Let's meet the team. What are we working with? Murphy did stay, and it looks like they put him in at starting spot. So our punter and kicker are the highest rated players on the team. Murphy is getting a pretty good boost, though. He came in the second half, fourth quarter of that bowl game, and played well. And he jumps Ahmed. So we're not going to look to run as much with the quarterbacks. He just doesn't have the same athleticism, though the acceleration is better. Like, you could, but it's not going to be his main thing. Good change of direction, though, with him. Higher awareness, strong arm, though Ahmed had the strongest arm. He's got 98. That's almost as good as you could possibly have. He just didn't know how to use that. In fact, all he did was chuck it. So maybe with it a little bit off the top, we might get some better touch this year. Mike Murphy, pretty good short. Medium's not bad. He could throw all 3 levels. He could throw on the run. I'm hearing a lot of buzzing. That's got to be end score, right? Yeah, 19-2. It's at least not 22-0. Jesus. Throw under pressure, though. Better than Ahmed, and that was probably what a lot of the bad throws were coming off of. So we should see some better quarterback play, just in total. Dukes is sticking around. He's up to an 85, but we have no backup running backs. So that's fun. Receivers, we really don't have any good receivers. Though we do have a 97 speed guy here in Terry Kindred, who maybe could look, and he's a contested specialist too. I need to keep that name in the back of my mind, unless he's not a real player, which we were also a junior, so he might not be a real player, unfortunately. But a 6'5", 97 speed, though the acceleration is really bad. So he can get up to some good speed. It's just going to take him a little bit. I guess that makes some sense with the aerodynamicy of 6'5". So not a great receiving core. Solid tight ends behind us. Really bad left tackle. At least we've got a serviceable starting left guard. We might have some of these inside guys have to move outside. We got a tackle. Quentin Rattay. I'll take that. Smoot, 79. So he's going to be starting on the other side. I'd give us an average at best line. Defense, not a good start. We got 1 edge guy, 3 serviceable DTs. Not the worst linebacking group that I've seen. Definitely not the worst. Not the best cornerback group. Lacking speed for sure. So defense, I don't know if we're going to be able to trust them as much. We're going to have to score a whole lot more in this next season. Put us in at quarterback too, coach. We'll rotate around. Double pass? Let's do a little double pass action. We got some points, though, to spend to get ourselves ready as well. Just under 500 or 600 points. I would like to go ahead and cap that one off. Stiff arm up all the way. Let's get strength up to 80. You know, I feel like we might need to work a little bit on our spec catch. So let's get that boosted all the way up as well. Can't afford some more catch in traffic. That leaves us with a little bit more. Let's make sure we're ready for the long season. We actually just barely afford that. We'll take that up to an 84 overall. We've now capped out our speed. We're capped out our acceleration, capped out our stiff arm. We're getting close to our cap on trucking, capped our spec catch. Again, we've got cap breakers if we want to use those. We've actually got quite a few of them. So we're looking really good on that front. Might get a few more points in here too after practice. What are we talking about? Practice? I hit the wrong button again. Come on now. We talking about practice? First chance to see what this team looks like this year. Fortunately, it's against our defense, who I would say a little bit lower than our offense. All right, score a touchdown on a single offensive drive, and it doesn't say we only have to pass. So we can do anything we want here. But we still have to score within those 2 minutes. So it's basically a 2-minute drive. All right, Dukes, what are we working with this year? Big decleating block. Oh, I try to get there just in front of you, Dukes, to clear out that bunch. Good start. Good start to the drive. Do have a new tight end teammate this year. Launch it. Good throw. Good throw. Was that Murphy is his name? I need to remember that. Indeed it is. Ahmed is on the bench. The same place his ex-girlfriend put him after that Miami game last year. That will always stick into my head for some reason. Let's see. Give us the corner. Yeah. Single high coverage against it. Outside corner, though, does go. We'll try to hit this one on the sideline. Staying in bounds. Okay. Not exactly what I was looking for, but we'll take it. Again, the quarterback can run a little bit. So more of like a red zone kind of guy. Ruffin sticks around. Bad chip block there. That's my bad. It was a chip block. It shouldn't have been. Give ourselves a little quick step out. Try to get over the top of the linebacker here. Oh, we were breaking open there. Good spinning, though. Down to the 1. Got any good quick hitters? Well, spacing concept. We're going to start the year with a golden practice. I don't know if that was intended for him or intended for me. Either way, it's incomplete. Go with some sticks. Ready. Blue 85. Blue 85. Second and goal. We still got some time. But we'll end it right there. That looks pretty good to me. A gold first practice of the junior campaign. We'll have to play one more practice before we get into the first game, though. And I'm really hoping we're going to see a big step up in that quarterback play this year. With how much we were able to do with bad quarterback play, I mean, we can be set up. Let's get a good amount of studying in. Make sure we're nice and fit as well and healthy. That's a good week. Good way of getting things started. Our brand is up at a superstar, so we might have, I believe now, 3 NIL deal opportunities, or slots, I should say. We'll go through the next practice before we use our last remaining bit of upgrade tokens, or whatever they call them. Coach is pleased. I bet you are. We haven't lost a game yet this year. And here's our first NIL deal. We've developed a state-of-the-art VR technology, blah, blah, blah. This is our proposal for a 8-week contract for the cost of 2 energy up front. And we get 2,500 XP up front. We've got slots. Might as well use them. If only that also gave us some sort of boost to awareness or something. Play recognition. Or someone that we could give that boost to would probably be a little bit more apt. give it to our quarterback. Need him to be able to throw the ball exactly how we need it to be. One more round of training we go. And we kickstart that junior season. Looked like it was against Fresno State, so we play the little brother to open up the year. Technically, I believe that is a rivalry game. The scoring drive only passes. So this one, I believe, is not timed.
Down, ready.
And no, it's not. It just counts how many plays it takes.
Go.
We'll take that right up the seam, right off the get-go. Nice throw in between the coverage, too.
22. Where did he go?
Get us on the wheel. Good throw. Murphy might be it. Murphy might be it.
Here we go. Ready.
This is the play I thought I selected on that previous one. And he's got him beat. You know, I said we might not have a good receiving room. We only get silver there. Fortunately, I didn't get a catch. Oh, no, we got the first catch. Either way, Murphy might be it. Said we didn't have good receivers, but he seems to be helping them out a good bit. And now we're close to 300 for those points. And still a good ways off of unlocking the whole playbook. But we should hopefully get that by some point this season. Do the weekly agenda real quick. We'll hit the academics a couple times. We'll do a little bit of some social media work. And we already had to spend 2 of those points beforehand for that XP boost. All right, what do we need here to start this season? Let's keep boosting this release. Get that up a little bit. On the money. Yes, please. Beautiful. 85 overall to start the campaign officially. Against Fresno State, year number 3, we came up short in the bowl game. But can we get Stanford going positive out the gate? Give us a nice, good start to the year and potential push for conference title? We'll find out. So let's get this face on out of here. Let's pause up the music. Season 3 underway. Year 2 at Stanford, coming off a Heisman candidacy season. Not even candidacy. Heisman win. The reigning Heisman winner, Forrest, the Cowboy Govner. From Wyoming, now playing in California. Stanford versus Fresno. And already under pressure. And we're off the field. So already we're going 4 wide. It gets the job done at least. First down. Up to midfield. We're actually by midfield. We're plus side now. Wrong way, buddy. I don't know why the game does that. That's one thing that I think they need to fix. There's a lot of things, so that might not be high up on their priority list, but they got to fix that. Number 36. We'll lag behind here. Get some blockers downfield. Cut this one outside. Still need to see him absolutely run through a man, but I'm going to take that. I wanted to be Carr on this play. You know, it's fine. We'll block. Got to be a good teammate. Or get shucked off. Not a good teammate. We got to work on that blocking a little bit. We may need to spend the cap breakers on that. You know what? How you're guarding me, I'm going to the corner. And throw his backside and marked down at the 3, Terry Kindred. The 3rd and goal, looking to cap off the opening drive right way. Oh, I might have asked for the ball a little bit too soon there. We should be settling up for 3. It looked like all of them were going inside. Called for that one too soon. Fresno State does follow up with their own field goal drive, so game still tied at any point. Not necessarily still tied at the 0-0. But it feels like it. Can you please flip? Thank you. I prefer to take the seam shot here, but it's all right. We'll sit back on that. You got to make sure the hands are ready and the quarterback is not holding on to that ball. We want the ball in our hands, not his, essentially. Hey, give credit there. Good catch. I think that's Carr, the other tight end. Get a little bit of the run game involved, too. Pass blocking not exactly been our forte, but run blocking, we've been fairly decent. As we're trucking air right now. What's the seam shots look like? Too high, I don't like it. I don't like read option here necessarily either, but looks like that's what we're rocking with. So let's go to the outwards view. Get a block backside. Dukes stretches it too far outside, only picks up one, and they're pulling us off the field on third. We get a new coach. Do I need to remind him you have a Heisman winner? Might want to keep him on the field. First and 10, and we're just going to take this one out to the end zone with that low throw. Give me some touch on these passes, Murphy. Ooh, where'd that guy come from? That's a bad call on my end. Yeah, pull me off the field after that one. That one makes more sense, coach. And we do now hold the lead. 2 field goals, though. It's not great when you're playing your little brother. You want those touchdowns. And you don't want to give up a sack in 0.2 seconds. Even if I flip it, I still don't get to do it. That's not fun. Let's change out of that. Selfish reasons. And thrown outside. Okay, no block there from our outside receiver. 3rd and 13. Got the in at the line to gain. And thrown underneath, short gain, and that's going to be a stop here for the Dogs. Looks like we're trying to be a good teammate, though, and we are now trailing. That's it. No more being a good teammate. Just like that, they lost it. Motion over. Gonna snap the ball here, bud? Yeah, not a good pass pro guy. Well, they gave up rush on my side, rush on the other side. 2nd and 10. First down at least. Take it. 3 catches for us. Murphy not necessarily going our way. But I do like he's at least getting the pass out, getting the ball to some people. We'll take that. Again, it needs to not only be about us, we just need to win these games. Last year was about the personal accolades. This year, it's about the team accolades. Forrest, turn around. Ball's going the other way. Taking our time, though, this drive, it seems. About 3:10 to play in the half. Great throw there, Murph. Yeah, sure, take me off the field, coach. All right, 2nd and 10 at the 40. Look to take this one a little bit further downfield. Where'd that safety come from? That's my bad, Murphy. Maybe if you gave me a good ball on the previous one. At least the learning curve that we're back on since we were gone for a little while here. That while we may look open on our screen, we may not actually be open. Trailing 6 points to Fresno State at home. The Farm not going to be too happy about this. Get that nice grab, though. Gain of 9 and out of bounds. Are they challenging? Because, again, that one's good on Sundays. I don't know why you're wasting our time with that one. We got less than a minute. Take this lead. Quick sit. Stop that clock, I guess. We hustle back to the line. It will roll. Inside 50 seconds left in the half. Okay. And it's a dump off. Dukes doing something plus side. Out of bounds at the 38, and looks like we're going to get a bit of a breather here. We are now down to the 22. One timeout remains for the Cardinal. Now 30 seconds to work with, too. Forrest. He's going to be stood up over the middle. Going to need to go with a little bit of some tempo here. Again, just that one timeout. And it's Duke's other side. Should pause the clock for just a moment. I would like to get a snap off before having to call that timeout. Essentially trying to get 2 plays in this limited amount of time. And that'll do it. First touchdown of the season for Forrest the Cowboy Govner. A little bit behind, but he slotted it in between the DBs. And with a point after, it will be a Cardinal lead at the break. Good drive to get this season underway. Or at least end to the first half to get this season underway. You know what I'm talking about. We don't need to harp on it. Short field, though, as we take the field at the 9-yard line. Well, not much doing there. We'll stay at the 9. I do like this design, though. Duke's kind of wheeling around. Got to drag the safety over. Seems to be more or less our job. Oh, behind, but why not? Let's double dip. Another touchdown for the Cowboy. Helping widen this lead. Now, do we go for 2 here, or is Coach just going to settle for the point after? Make it 20-12. Would be an 8-point lead. I would prefer to score. We break out the worm, but the camera points away. You didn't need to see Forrest doing that. It does look like we have another new coach, though. So, Andrew Luck seems to be just rotating through these guys until he can find that perfect option. Does look like we settled for the point after. Get that catch along the sideline, tack on a little bit extra. I'm just trying to find the soft spots in the zones. Wrong way, buddy. I was trying to run a zig, apparently. That's what we were doing there. But with that rush, got to get that ball out of the hands of the QB quickly. Fresno kind of seems to be mugging this left side. Oh, a little off the mark there. Just a wee bit. 3rd and 9. Quick throw over the middle. Spinning grab. First down catch. Forrest. Trying to build upon that 2,800-yard season last year. And no, he's not a quarterback. That's why he set the records. Oh, should have went with a secure grab there. We would have had it. That was a good throw. Apologies, Murph. Try to lead block a little bit. I didn't know that was an RPO. Flip play, please. Thank you. I told you to flip to the other side. EA, what are you going to do about it? Run through him. Okay, Forrest, you got to hit the weight room. We should have had the first down there, no problem. And our trucking's almost maxed out, too. What's that about? Tie ball game? This is why I wanted to go for 2 earlier. Instead, Fresno State does. Quarterback under pressure does get it out to Carr. Only a gain of 1, though, to set up the start to this drive. Work our way across, get open. That time we get a little bit of a truck stick. Not much to work with, though, after. I will take the emphatic hit. Good blocks here for Dukes. First down. And that should be... They don't give us the first down? Come on now. Receiver takes too long to get set up. Everyone else was. We head to the fourth quarter. Tie ball game at the farm. Fresno State come to play against who used to be their older brother, at least. It seems more or less these teams have kind of balanced out over the last decade or so. For Stanford, as we mentioned at the top, been a decade since they've won their last bowl game. Could have essentially 2 chip blocks in there. Might have been more helpful if we just got one good block. At least the flat, though, on this motion. And we're stuck. And we're stuck. Need a little bit more there from the blockers to not leave us stuck behind. 2nd and 17. Gotta help on the edge a little bit. Well, it doesn't help if you roll outside your protection. 3rd and 26. The awareness not looking too aware right there. We need the opposite about 36-yard line. Need some more height on that ball. Needed some more height. Good news. We're tied. It's technically still bad news, but we're not losing. And it's incomplete. We're sitting on 13 grabs right now. About $133, I believe it said. Spot on. 6 minutes to play. Passes outside. Had to flatten that out a little bit. Make sure we had the space for a quarterback. He's not good with the angle throws. Early in the year, first start for him. Although I feel like he started a game or two for us last year when Ahmed was injured. I might be wrong on that, though. A hard count action. No one jumps. And it's a fumble. It's a fumble. Where's the ball going? I don't know. It's way back. And we've got a 3rd and 21. Oh, hard count, knocking any of it back for free. Throws. He beat him, and he's tracked down, but after the damage is done. Ball goes to the opposite 31 for Stanford. They hustle back up to the line here. And it's a simple grab and get down, it looks like, from the Heisman winner last year. I'd like to see him stay on his feet. Guess he thought the pass would have been a little bit more to the sideline and didn't want the heat there. He heard Jen, I believe that was at safety, stepping down, secures the grab at about the 2-yard line. Now they just got to knock it in. A little motion into the handoff. It seemed fun. Had to try it. Get to the linebacker. Unfortunately, no one got to the guy on the other side. He knew exactly what we were running. These are the plays you're giving me? All right, triple option, I guess. Got to leave these first 2. I'll try to get that safety. Well, so again, no one blocked the other side of the field. So 3rd and goal. Ball is at the 4. We're looking to go to the back corner. And again, no height on that pass. No arc. Nothing. And Stanford knows how to throw a ball down at the goal line. That's the one thing they've done well over the last decade. It's just getting the ball down at the goal line that has been the problem. All right, couple shoving around over the middle. Late flag is going to be on Fresno State. They hit the quarterback a little bit too late. That should tack on 15 for us. We'll move that rock a little bit forward here. Let's chew some clock as well as we're holding on to the lead for now. 2:44 to play with. 68 overall running back in nails in the backfield. And he does not cut inside where he had a blocker. Timeout called. Fresno State. They'll have 2 more remaining. Motion plus side, or strong side, should say. Go ahead and snap that ball whenever you're ready. Look to be almost holding. That's not a good job on my part. We're not a pass protector by any means. That's why we don't play tackle. Wheel route, they're probably banking on a little bit of the run here. Float this one outside. Get the first down at least. Over 200 yards? No. Could have sworn it looked like it popped up and said 200. No, $180 something. $187. 2:30 to play. Cut back from Nails. You tell there I really wanted to say Nailer. Didn't quite. Nails in the backfield with a 2nd and 9. Oh, come on. We had a tough. What do you mean? -5 for calling the ball when covered? I had a clear shot to the end zone. What are you doing here, game? Giving me a minus for running a great route. 3rd and 16. Hard count, no one jumps. And he throws the pick because he threw the ball way behind. Let's get a tackle at least on the stat sheet. Murphy's trying to throw the game here late, literally. Now, obviously, we could have went with a run there, but that would have been settling for a field goal anyway, which still wouldn't have been a touchdown lead. We get the ball. Fresno State is out of time. Defense looks to bail us out. We'll take a win here, week 1 of the season, but it's not a promising one as a unit. 23-20 versus Fresno State. $187, 18 grabs here for Forrest the Cowboy Govner. And an interesting start for Murphy. A couple really good throws in the mix, a couple bad. It's week 1. Let's see if we could get a little bit of some momentum rolling. We get this season flowing a little bit. We'll see how long we go today. We have just reached over the hour mark. So we'll look to go at least another hour. I know it was a little bit in between these streams. It's just something we're kind of dealing with right now with the busy schedule. As mentioned, we'll definitely have a stream on Wednesday. Greg Bender, beat reporter, first interview of the season, ready. Stanford enters the year fresh off a modest 6-win season. You're back from last year, the Cardinal, blah, blah, blah. Look forward to most this season. I would like to say pushing for a conference title. Playing for the fans, I guess. Yeah, we're going to have to, we might come back here on Friday. No, I could bump that UAB episode perhaps. Let me know. Do you guys want to be back on Friday and bump UAB to Saturday, or we can even move that up to Thursday? Let me know. Leave your thoughts on that. Again, we're just dealing with that busy stretch. Really busy, about 2.5 weeks. Finding a way to make sure we're at least here every single week, getting at least one stream in for each of our series. And of course, the UAB one, that is the edited videos. Early 2nd rounder still. And now we got another NIL here. This is for Renewal Wellness Center. 6-week contract, 2 energy up front. We will get a $150 skill points and +5 injury temporarily. Sure. Why not? Why not? We saw we needed a little bit more strength and trucking. We do take home the ACC Offensive Player of the Week. And national. So that should be 1, if not 2 more cap breakers. And in week 2, we have UNLV. What's the matchup looking like? I would like to see an overall kind of matchup here, but doesn't look like we're going to get that. So we'll go through practice, do our weekly things, and then, of course, we'll get those upgrades in, jump through a few more games. Hopefully, more dominant wins versus these that are supposed to be lower tier teams. 10 plays from the 10, score as many times. These ones always go oh so well. But I feel like we have a new coach because I feel like we're working with a different playbook. Throw it. And we hold on. That's what we're talking about. Gotta get it done. Oh, that's some DPI. You gotta throw the flag in practice too. That should have been a touchdown. They got a little handsy in the end zone. Pressure building. Couldn't get back to it, and we take a late unnecessary hit. That's another penalty that should have been called. Defense is going to have to run extra after practice. Couldn't quite get to that one. Good coverage. Get to that one, though. Earn us a bronze. Got 5 more reps. And he threw that one to, I'm assuming Nails was trying to leak through. Definitely seemed to struggle with that. We were struggling with that as well. This time he gets through. Couldn't catch up to him to try to push him in. So how about we go from about the 1.5. We'll change our route a little bit. Turn that into a little bit of a circle, half circle, a moon route, if you will. Oof, big hit. That's a hospital ball.
Here we go, ready. Black 14, go, go.
One more remaining. Well, that's an interesting throw, but it's going to work for gold. Go ahead and take that. And that's why we waited to do the level or the upgrades. Right. We got 4 energy tokens here. Let's make sure we're healthy after that first game. That's going to be first and foremost. Looking good there. We'll hit the books a little bit. Leaves us with 1 more remaining. We'll do a little bit of some leadership. Make sure that stays nice and high. Conditioning is also in the green. Just under 400 upgrade points. So let's get some more trucking going here. I'd like to run over some dudes. That's now maxed out. We could do a double upgrade right there, and that leaves us with a little bit more room. Not for that. Get a little bit of some more short route running. 86 overall now, as we are hitting some of our caps. Pretty close with the injury as well. We've been lucky in that part. Cross our fingers, knock on wood. Game 2 we go. So for today, it's game 3. No change in uniforms. We don't really have that many options. Let's get this face on out of here. We'll pause up that music and look to see if we could go 2-0 to begin season number 3 for the Cowboy. Facing off against the Rebels on the road. We go to Nevada, Las Vegas. And they do play in Allegiant Stadium, don't they? A little bit of a surprise. They probably don't sell many tickets, I would think. Although, in Vegas, it's during the year, college season, why not just go watch a team play? All right, let's get this thing underway. That's enough of the run out. Forrest with a chance to play on an NFL field. How does he do? As we look to hit him with this zig, or you know what? Let's just angle that up a little bit. You try to bite outside, I'll take it. First down here for Forrest. Earn a little bit of a breather right after, too. I called that as if it was first down, so let's check that. Get ourselves a little bit of an orbit motion with our receiver. Maybe. A little slow. And it's a fumble. It's scooped up by the big man, and he's going to rumble forward to pick up a gain of 1. 3rd and 6, though, we're getting pulled. And UNLV has the lead. Rutrow. Now at the start, we're looking, no, just snap the ball. Quick tackle and incomplete. Come on now. Got to hold on to that, Forrest. Round that off just a good bit. Scamper to the midfield line. Duke's going to go in motion with the judge. Yeah, we definitely have a new offensive playbook. That is for sure. A chop there and unable to even wrap around. Right side gets absolutely pushed back. 2nd and 13. Press coverage across the board. Get some loft on it. Please, quarterbacks, get some loft. We have the step. Just put the ball where it needs to be. 3rd and 13, bells toll. And he's got the whole shot here. Drops it in the bucket. Let's play him the music. First touchdown we've gotten to see here from number 15. Can you give me a name? Kindred, is that our 6'5", 97 speed receiver? Does he look like it out there? He found the space, and it is Murphy putting it on him. Tying this ball game up on the road. Not for long, though. Not for long. Struggling to hold on here against the Rebels. And it's going to be picked off. Trying to get there, but not gonna. Pick 6, and we trail 2 touchdowns. DeMarco Beckham, pick 6. Not a good look there for you, Murph. Not a good look. We can't be losing 2 scores to UNLV. Good news is at least we get the ball right back. 21-7. No one looks to be guarding us right now, depending on what 52 does. We'll take this one outside then, and it's played well. UNLV ready to play today. They did win their opening game, too, so they're at least... Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Our linemen blocked me more than they've blocked any one of the Rebels in this whole game. 3rd and 5. Hard count, nothing free there. And incomplete or something. Off the field. Rebels. Can they make it 28-7? At least that go around. We do start about midfield, a little bit past. At least get that catch. And a 4, nothing flashy, but we just need to get something steady working here. 3 catches, 35 yards. And incomplete, quick over the middle. We're going to need 6 here. I believe Kindred is the 6'5" receiver because he's about our height. Throwing underneath Dukes. Coming up short, 4th and 4, though, coach. Keep the boys on the field. We hustle back up. Got to convert here. Quickly over the middle. It's caught, but it's short of the line to gain. Still not 28-7. Defense trying to keep us in this one right now. Offense has got to find the end zone. Throws left side. Gain of about 10. Gonna mark us just short of that first down, though. We hustle back up to the line here. Lewis looks to get set. And passes out. Riggins, I believe is his name, or Ruffins? I think it might be Ruffins. First down, fullback. Make sure we scoop inside here, and we still don't get a hand on him. It's fine. Dukes doesn't go very far, just to gain a 1. I like to draw this game. I would love for it to be tied at half, but we're approaching 3.5 minutes, and we're down 2 touchdowns right now. Passes behind, ricocheting. 52 had no idea that ball was on his shoulder. 3rd and 9. Nothing free. And it's launched downfield for Lewis. 1-on-1. And he drops it in the end zone. Can we at least hit a long field goal here? That answer is a no, and it is 28-7. UNLV beating up on the Cardinal right now. And we are locked up. That ball thrown out of bounds. What's going on with UNLV? How much are they paying NIL? Is Vegas stacking the roster? Excuse me. Let's get something out here. Trying to get at least something going. We need some points on this board in addition to the 7 we've got from this first half. I believe we also start the second half with the ball. Lewis this time. He's got the grab up the sideline to the 25. And we do not want to pass the ball. All right. Well, that makes a whole lot of sense where we're at right now. How about at least an RPO? Thought I had a good block there. Turns out, no. We do have some timeouts we should be utilizing as well. And we tripped Turf Monster? I don't know. Sniper up on the roof? Something happened there. And we're going to get yanked off the field here with 3rd and 3. Coach is yelling at us to stay on our feet. 4th and 3 instead. We need the stakes higher. 16 seconds on the clock. And it's thrown outside and short. The Rebels absolutely destroying the Cardinal here. As we get into the second half. We didn't even play the first down of the second half. It's 2nd and 8 now. And caught. Lewis, first down. And off the field again we go. I think coach is mad at us for some reason. 6 grabs, 62 yards, but I don't feel like we've gotten much of a target of late. We also haven't been getting open. And maybe that's why. A drop for us as we take the hit. 3rd and 9. Hey, but we do get that catch, though. He wouldn't let me get across on the drag, so we got to just come up with something. We got to come up with 3 touchdowns here quickly. Lewis finds 4 yards. Make our way towards the sideline here. Close to the mark, 3rd and inches. Let's look for some blocks here. We're going to get the backside guy. Or guys, big block there that time, Forrest Govner. First down here for the Cardinal. As we need a whole lot to happen here. And open Dukes, toe taps at the 5. That's another one good on Sundays. First and goal, Cardinal. And slant caught, touchdown. Play the man the music. Cardinal finally find themselves back into the end zone. But they trail still by 14 points. Eric Cherry getting the touchdown. I want to say he was the highest rated of our receivers. First time I've called his name, though. Not sure if that's a good thing. And we do call for the ball often. Govner seems to be happy about that. Let's look for a stop here. Defense, and we do get the ball. About 2.5 minutes to play, and a pretty good starting spot as well. Quick throw over the middle. Close to the first down, Kindred. It's 3rd and inches. Once again, we were not out here for the opening play. We'll hustle up. This one's going to Nails. Kindred in the backfield. As we're on the deck, not blocking absolutely anybody. But first down. Also back up. Now we're in the backfield. Kindred in at the slot. And thrown a jumbled up mess over on that left-hand side. If you look to the right, would have seen Forrest Govner absolutely wide open. But again, for a man who calls for the ball all the time, quarterback may not trust you. Over the middle, caught, first down, Cherry. Cardinal trying to get that comeback going here, and it seems to have some problems for the Rebels. They call a timeout here in the 3rd. It's unfortunate because I really like the play call we had. The first and 10, ball at the 15. Red zone trip. Cardinal. Wrong way, buddy. Incomplete. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes it throws you inside or will throw you outside. Meanwhile, your route is supposed to go the opposite direction than that. Get that ball out. Forrest. You know, if we had about an extra half foot along the sidelines, we may have been able to get that one down to the goal line. But first and goal. And we just got smoked in the backfield there. Little RPO, and I'm not a part of that. We're the blocking side. We're the R side. Just snap the ball. And Nails stood up. We did a pretty good job there against Broyles. They give us some props here. Go empty. Oh, we might have a quick stop right here, all depending on what 98 wants to do. He sends himself. And we will get in untouched. There's another one back for the Cardinal. As we're sitting at 99 yards, 10 receptions, and that touchdown. Gonna need the stop, though, from the defense. Good quick read there from Murph. Rebels, how do they respond? That's with a field goal. And they took up a lot of time in the process. We only got 6 minutes to play with here, and we're still down 2 scores. That's workable. As we hit this one outside. Start a drive with 8 yards. Over the century mark as well. Far cry from the 2 some odd we had in that bowl game. Okay, didn't let me block him. That makes sense. Injury, though, up front for UNLV. If we had time to run the ball, I would consider it. Though they have played very well in the box, so probably fine anyway. Oh, got to keep your feet. We could have had some big yardage there. Had to stretch out, though, secure the grab. First down here, Cardinal. Excuse me. And incomplete. We'll stop the clock at least. 5:34 to work with here. Trailing by 10. Cardinal on the road. And that should be some pass interference. A lot of it. uncalled on 3rd and 10. Let's try to get some blocks. That's why I changed that to go to the right instead of the left. I assumed they would be off the line faster than us, and we'd be able to try to slide underneath. 1st and 10. Incomplete. You know, I would take incompletions over 1-yard catches, given the time frame we're working with here. Out to the left-hand side, a whole lot of running for a gain of 4. 3rd and 6. We're going to hustle back here. Forrest put on those wheels. Inside the red zone as he gets shoved out at the 15. I don't know who was doing more of the shoving there, though. 1st and 10 nonetheless. Inside 5 to play. Touchdown shot. Let's get it. We're trying to make that comeback happen here. Cardinal within 3, barring the point after. Tying this game. UNLV at one point held a 3-touchdown lead. Cardinal showing some second-half effort. Still going to rely on the defense to make the plays here, though. And it's a little bit of some back and forth-ish, but defense does get the stop. They gave up a couple plays, but then shut it down with 3:03 to play. If only that music was copyright-free. Hold on to it. 1st down, Govner. I feel like we need to make one with his brother playing linebacker. I feel like that would be pretty fitting. Get this I did not tell you to sit on that. I told you to run with that ball. Either way, 1st down here. Knew we didn't have the outside there. Had to help out our quarterback wherever we could. As he's out. Get a block at least. You know, Ruffins, when you see a blocker in front of you, I know you're a fullback, so you're not used to running with blockers in front of you. You might want to try to run behind them. 2-minute warning. Might just have to change up what I'm looking to do right here, like taking this one where no one was. 1st down. Now, I said to go hurry up here. I feel like we could look to downshift a little bit, start to chew some clock. I don't want to leave them with much. Nails eventually finds the gap. It's just a little bit too late. Clock moving down inside a minute and a half. Rebels feeling the pressure now. Quick tackle, 3rd and 7. Field goal ties. Touchdown takes the lead. As we move inside a minute to play. And it's thrown. Jump ball, and Kindred can't get to it. Even with that 6'5" frame of his. This is to tie the game. 31-31 inside a minute to play. Regulation at least. We are tied up. Cardinal mount the comeback. Now, do they have a chance to find a winner? Defense will have to hold on for 50 seconds to push it to overtime. Or give us the ball back with a short field. That'd be great. We do have all 3 timeouts. Kick will be taken from the goal line. And taken down at the 18. That is a long field and well away from field goal range. Forrest looks to be standing on the bench. Only way he'd be this tall. And they go to hand it off. Interesting. They do call a timeout. No, they don't. Why'd the clock stop there for a moment? It shouldn't have. The air now. Rebels. No, stepping up. And maybe finding a decent gain. Leaves 3rd and 5. They're not calling timeouts here. They seem to be fine with taking this thing to overtime. Big running lanes. And, well, yeah, you're going to call a timeout after that. It's Hail Mary attempt now. Defense back in prevent. And he's going to uncork this one. Downfield, they had a step and almost get it done with the last play of the game. Heck of an effort there from the DB. I don't know who that was to pop it away. We do go to overtime. Stanford on the road, facing off against the Rebels of UNLV, rebelling against where they're supposed to be, a bad team. Perhaps not. The money in Vegas. UNLV wins. That means we're most likely going to be offense. All right, now. We know what we need to do. Touchdown here. And we are starting off. We have seen several times where the first play of the drive, we're not out on the field, which is a bit interesting. Get the ball out. Let's go. Injury up front. Love to see that in overtime. He's 2nd and 3. We also really haven't seen much of Dukes. And it's picked off. Forrest, he's trying to pursue, but it looks like this is going to be a walk-off pick 6. UNLV, while they let Stanford tie it up in regulation, they steal it away from them in overtime. 2 plays in, and it's a pick 6 that sends the Cardinals to 1-1. They struggled against Fresno State, finding a way to pull off that win. They don't do it on the road against another team that they should be well better than. Good news, that's not a conference game, but it's not a confidence booster. Rough. We're sitting at about 140 here. We will go ahead and get through one more game. I don't want to end by any means on something that unfortunate. Didn't look like a bad option, though, with the throw. I mean, tight coverage, one-on-one. We're another offensive player of the week. But it's not good enough, you know? Personal accolades. I want some team accolades. Bye week. So 2 practices then. I think our quarterback needs to practice where he's throwing. 60 seconds on the clock. Team down 4, ball at the 35. Let's look for the win. That's a good practice after what our quarterback just did. Come on, Murph. He did it again. He's throwing a pick 6 again. Duke's at least given some effort. Didn't really see him much in that game, but that's a failed. Do we need to get Ahmed back out there? Is that what we've got to do? At least while we got 2 practices. To our weekly agenda too. Fitness is down a little bit. And boost that up. Make sure we're also nice and healthy. Gonna have to spend a few there. No. Books. Give me those degrees. We got a 2.8 GPA. Come on now. We're at Stanford. That's failing. On to the next week. Got to forget about that overtime loss. Got to do better than that. Coach is happy, at least. We're getting close to unlocking that full playbook, and then we might see ourselves, might see ourselves actually have a little bit more of a better offensive game plan. Govner, we've been pleased so far. I'm back-to-back players of the week, so yeah. Confident answer, Coach. What I do. Lane, classmate, history presentation group, right? Our fraternity test bank. How about don't use the answers, study ourselves? I don't know if that costs any points or whatnot. Energy points. Another NIL deal. 6-week contract for the cost of 1 energy on the first and last weeks, but we do get a boost to jumping and 50 skill points per week of the contract. So you're looking at 300 skill points. Why not? Take the deal. I don't think we're going to get anything massive at Stanford. They're not really a big NIL school. In fact, you could say they've got nil. Any British people? British people might laugh at that, or maybe some soccer fans. Football. Yeah, it looks like that did use energy to do that. Let's see if our quarterback wants to practice this week. At least that's one thing when you're using a running back in these series. Your quarterback can't really hurt you as much. 3rd down, 3 yards. Get as many conversions as we can. Let's rock some quick pass games.
Ready, go, go.
Outside, get the catch. Good start.
Down, ready. 1, go, go.
Wide open. If only that's what we had at the end of that last game.
Ready. Where did he go?
And over the middle. Caught. First down. Doing well here. Doing well.
Down, ready. 1, ready, go.
And he's wide open. Well, we've got 1 catch. This is a team practice, after all.
Blue, go, go.
Catch and sit down. You told me we need 3. That's what we're going for. We're getting the 3.
Down, ready. Ready, go.
Backside wide open. Lewis. We've got gold.
Ready. Flagging. Where did he go?
Incomplete. Kindred lit up. Last one. Should be last one. All it good right there. That's a bounce back. No picks. I think 1 incompletion. It's a good practice. I didn't even see who we have this week. Georgia Tech. ACC game begins here shortly. Let's make sure, again, we're nice and healthy, ready to go. Conditioning's looking good. Get that leadership back up. I guess we'll spin 2. 3.2 GPA, that looks better. And yeah, we're looking pretty full on these NIL deals right now. So what could we really use to help us out? Where are we maybe lagging a little bit? Honestly, change of direction probably could be better. Let's just boost that as much as we can. I wouldn't mind a little bit more break tackle. Get 2 in there. Yeah, break tackle needs to get a big boost because I will say Jeremy Shockey broke a lot of tackles. More so running through the men, helmet or not, mind you. Guys probably got some trauma up there, some scar tissue. If we're going to be wearing the homes on the road, we might as well go all out, right? Give me the all Cardinal. Or at least as much as I can get. A little bit of the black accent's not bad. Take that. To the field we go. Last game for the stream today. Let's take this face on out of here. Let's pause up that music. Looking to bounce back after an embarrassing overtime loss to UNLV. On the road, we now cross the country to Georgia. Bobby Don Stadium. Yellow Jackets with, honestly, some pretty clean unis. I don't know if that's a Model T or what old school vehicle that is, but it's clean. But we're going to look to not keep the scoreboard too clean in this one. I want to see the offense take off, and we begin with a short field. Well, don't mind if I do. Quarterback, what you wanting to do here? Incomplete or throwaway? Basically absolutely nothing. 2nd and 10 then. And we're pretty much locked up there too. Losing 6 yards. Donald Chubb gets the sack. And we've gone backwards here outside of field goal range. If we can't even try to get something done with a ball at the 38. Good throw that time. Forrest. We will scoot out inside the 15. Ushered or not. Actually, can I get a wheel route here? Cool, because that's what I'm doing anyway. Don't throw a pick, and he did it. Took a nice chin shot there, too. Trying to get a fumble rip on that one, but no. The Murphy, he is not playing well inside the red zone right now. That is 2 costly turnovers. One cost us the game. The other one cost us a opening score. Again, we've been passing a lot. Defense is probably teeing off on that. Let's get a little bit of some runs involved. Settle down this offense a little bit. Dukes takes this one far outside, and he's going to grind out 8. And we're off the field. 2nd and 2, it does open the playbook. Not a bad time to go 4-5 wide. They get the first down to the 11. Red zone. It's been iffy. Can you motion in here, bud? We're trying to run a play. Thank you. Dukes can't find a gap. No gain. Now, can I actually get a play to the corner? That's the question. Jerry, get this drag here. I want to take that corner in. As much as that's pass interference, guys. Stripes back there just to let you know. And the DB does not let you run. That's pretty clear. It's either holding or DPI. Jump ball, just kidding. I don't know who was throwing to there. High and behind. We don't even get a field goal? What are we doing? Besides not playing football right now. Absolutely cooked right now. Good run outside. First down, though. As we start yet another drive that we hope is going to be the fruitfulest. A point would do so. And there's some running room for Dukes. If we unlock this defense, run on them. 3-man front, I mean, could be very effective here for us. Guards are getting a little bit of a push in this one. I don't know what's going on. Where's this been all year? See if we get them to bite down. Leak over the linebackers, perhaps. No, quick throw to the flat. Basically nada. 3rd and 6. Hard count action, no one bites. Okay, buddy. When you are running on the plus side of the sticks and you go for a secure catch, secure it on the plus side. It's not that difficult. I said skip this moment 3 times. Yeah, that's an AI thing or computer coding, whatever you want to call it, that it should just be programmed that way. If you're approaching a line to gain, a goal line, that's where your player should be trying to go. A quick snag here. Convert that 3rd and 7. So not only this drive did we not start it, but we weren't out there for even the second play. Downfield, one-on-one, and he overthrows him. So, I'm not feeling too confident with Murphy either. I would say pretty on par with what we had from Ahmed. Backside throw, this time works. A little back hip action. The first one back to the line is Forrest. Open on the crosser. Tried to keep his feet, but he just couldn't stop that forward momentum. Stumbling out of bounds. 2nd and 9. And it's another check down to Ruffins. He's going to pick up 4. How about a 3rd and 5? Last time we were down here, I guess we forewent the field goal attempt. I want this one-on-one. Or quick throw over the middle. And complete. All right, then. What are we looking at here? It's getting laggy. Well, we got the field goal, so did they. So with about 3:30 to play in the half, game is still tied. Essentially like no one scored anyway. Open. That's going to be Cherry to the 47. I talked about finding a little bit more balance here, so let's stick with that a little bit. Except no one blocked the Mike linebacker. Rarely does that work out in your favor. And we're blocked up our own lineman. Not going anywhere. Passes out, jump ball caught, Cherry. That's great news because we turned into a additional blocker on that play, essentially. Maybe could have called offensive holding on their own teammate. And another catch, Cherry. Number 5 with back-to-back. That's right, we don't have Thorpe. He must have graduated or transferred. Either or. Risky call there. Didn't see that safety coming down. Good news, doesn't come back to bite us. I was also out of bounds there. Just saying. Open. Forrest lit up, but he holds on to it. That should be the 2-minute breather, but we're getting pulled off the field. We might be headed right back out then. Little midline read. No midline read. Not with that line. Oh, I thought we had that. I was hoping more for a jump ball there, but again, you can't really call for that. Would be nice. 2nd and goal, let's go RPO. And not going to find the end zone there. Timeout is called. I can only assume Yellow Jackets. 3-3 ball game. They're trying to keep this score tied. Stanford opted earlier this game to not go the field goal from about this spot of the field. Now they bring Kindred in motion. 3rd and goal. And it's Kindred. The 3-yard line. Stanford looks to once again have to settle for 3. Or not. Coach is leaving the offense out on the field. Once again, they're going to risk it for the biscuit. Oh, hard count action. Massive defensive pass interference. You could call it on 2 people. There might also be defensive holding in the mix. Which one do you choose? Either way, 1st and goal at the 1. Don't mind if I do. Hit him with the RPO here. What's it going to look like? He's going to follow. Wrong way. Why does it send you that way? I wish I could tell you. But it's already 3rd down now. So we've missed this opportunity twice And now we're blocking. Just kidding. We're celebrating. That's a touchdown for Cherry. And finally, Cardinal get a touchdown on the board. First Georgia Tech, 10-3 with 40 seconds left here in the first half. Eric Cherry with another touchdown. He's come on strong, I would say, over the last about 4 quarters. And we hold on through halftime, plus we start with ball. Can we extend this lead? Well, if the quarterback wants... Are you kidding me? How many times do we call for that ball, and he throws a pick to a guy, 7 yards shallower and way inside from where we are? I mean, come on. Throw the ball right. There's some high school guys I know out here making better throws than that. Georgia Tech ties the game. Use that bump to our advantage. Break a tackle. Did we count that last one? I don't know. I don't think we will, but nearly 2 broken tackles. Get a little shuffle-rooney here. Yep, on the run. Our truck is I'm pretty sure it's capped. Why are we not able to truck some DBs here? Some corners, some safeties? Quietly, though, a 9-reception game for $120. And we've got the seam almost slipping by. Not quite. Another red zone trip here for the Cardinal. It's been rough for him, though, down here. Wrong way, bud. And that one's almost picked. I didn't even call for that one. I hit the button to call for it, though, right after he decided to throw it, so it was pretty close. 2nd and goal. Good play there from the Yellow Jacket defender. Kindred gets the grab. He's going to pick up about 4. And a timeout is called. Georgia Tech. Pretty early here. We're not even into the 4th quarter. They're playing a little scared. Considering how we've played inside the red zone, I wouldn't waste those timeouts. 4th and goal. That's why. Off the field we go. We just cannot convert inside the 10. Touchdowns at least. Field goal is good. Defense gets the stop, and we've got a 3-point lead. Can we make it 10? And that's Kindred. Get a little cheap shot there at the end. Yeah, we've been cheap shotted quite often. Might as well return the favor. Oh, run the correct way, please. Not quite slipping through there. Injury up front here for the Cardinal. I'll rotate their line with a 2nd and 3. No. Snap the ball. Thank you. Oh, okay. Again, you know, when you stop a guy from running his route, it's technically not legal, but not called against. So 3rd and 3 at the 25. Let's try a new approach by absolutely decleating a man in front of us. Yes. What's going on, Rick? Ricky's messed up. Good old dog, loving to chew her paws. Pass outside is Govner. How are we looking, Ricky? Oh, you wrapped up like that. Well, mine's black. Oh, yep. 2 leg injuries in the house. And a foot. Okay, thank you. That was good. Hopefully it's not an hour until we get our next touchdown. So 3rd and 5. Sitting about 3.5 minutes to play inside the 3rd. Round off that route and can't squeeze it. One puts his elbow right in the way. So yet another field goal attempt. Georgia Tech, how do they respond? The lagging's never a good sign, and there goes the lead. 17-16 on the road and trailing just before the 4th quarter. is set to arrive. You know, our quarterback has 95 throw power, but I just don't feel like the ball is getting out here. Let me check out of that play. Same play we just ran? Why not? Snap the ball. And it's short. I mean, what do you... We need some competency here at the quarterback game. And that lead is extended, now 20-16. Cardinal, though, they like to play things difficult inside, and hard count gets our own offensive lineman a job. Like I said, difficult. That's what we like to do, apparently. So back us up a little bit. I would love to run some halfback screens, but they're just awful in this game. 1st and 15. Well, I'll take that. First down here for the Cardinal. Clyde Morton with the tackle. We'll run just in front of the line this time. You're trying to run behind. I mean, you have zero chance of getting through. 2nd and 7 then following the short gain. And we find that gap. Quarterback gets it out cleanly. He's over 300 yards passing. Would have more if he didn't have those 2 interceptions to go along with it. Single high. Whoa, where'd that guy come from? That one's on me. That one's on me, and it could put us in a troublesome spot here. Defense, though, bails us out. That's big props to the defense. Big props. Down here, please. Is it the return of the Superman linebackers here in Road to Glory that we had back in, like, Madden 14, 13? Quarterback is faking a Charlie horse right now with his 18th interception of the season in game number 3. But that pass was supposed to go about 10 yards further downfield, and somehow it's undercut. And we trail by 2 scores now. Just like that. We were ahead not too long ago. Let's cut this one outside. We've got limited time. We've got no timeouts. We need a touchdown, an onside, and a touchdown. Or we could go for 2, and then we could potentially go with a field goal instead. At least get out of bounds here. And at 23, 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Another bit of open grass here for us. I prefer to not just make games look closer on paper, but actually, win some games substantially. We wish I saw that pass was out before that. I could have got a good block. Could have been a good teammate there. Not quite the case. We send Lewis over to the left-hand side. Govner comes in tight. Little chip block there and incomplete. We struggled from inside the 10, and that's exactly what we've got to get done here. Something inside the 10. 3rd and 3. That's an easy snag. That's a touchdown here for us. We could play the music, but we need that ball back somehow, some way. 256 yards receiving, 19 receptions. It's still not enough for the team. Inside a minute left to play. We've got to have an onside. Wish there was a way to skip through these animations while still being able to watch the onside. It's just, we can't do it. Okay, it gave me hope there for a moment with that hesitation that we might have got the onside, but no. 6 points in the 3rd and the 4th. Not good enough here. So we tried to avoid the lackluster start to the season by bouncing back, trying to get a win in this one, but a little bit of some rough go here. Let's try to just get at least, yeah, hit the Heisman. That works pretty well here for us. Let's see if we could get most of. No, we don't need to zoom in right there. That's no. Can you hit a slightly more angled pose here, like actual Heisman? With your eyes open would be great. Is that what we're working with? You're a little bit too tall for the screen here, buddy. Just a little bit. And I swear the presets are always just slightly off. Fine, we'll go there. I hope one of the things that they fix in the patches is how grainy the game actually is. I don't know if you guys have had that same problem, but I've noticed quite a lot of the graininess. But that is going to be our last game for today. Going to keep things a little bit shorter. I know I've been up since about 4:30 this morning. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to have some dinner here shortly. Have a chill night. As mentioned, we will be back streaming again on Wednesday, but we will have a UAB episode out to you tomorrow. Make sure you do catch up, though, with the last one that came out on Friday. For some reason, the tube here decided that it wasn't really going to push that video out to anybody. So make sure if you haven't watched it, check the channel. Get up to date because we're trying out some new things with the offense a little bit. And on top of that, we're trying out a new approach slightly to those videos. Really trying to dial in a little bit more of beforehand. Hey, this is what our opponent is. Here's the stakes. Here's the game plan we're putting into play in that week. And at the end, we're going to find out if it paid off for us or not. Next time we return here, which again is another thing I'll need your guys' input on. Because the next off day I have, it was supposed to be on Saturday, which would have been perfect, but things got switched around. So now we're off Friday. That's a typical UAB episode. But the next full off day in time, I would actually have to help out. You know what? I could squeeze it in. And by squeeze it in, we'll still be here for another 2 to 3 hours as per typical, or Saturday. So we'll be back here Saturday with Forrest as we try to maybe take a step back slightly with the offense, add in a little bit more running, and maybe that'll get us over this hump of not being able to score inside the red zone. That has got to be a very low wow. This is definitely where we need to wrap things up. Percentage. Very low percentile, I think was the word I was looking for, of red zone efficiency. So we know we got to do better there. While the personal accolades are great, it's not going to help us necessarily make it to a title game in any sort of big-time postseason. So we'll look to make some adjustments, and Forrest is just going to have to learn how to grow up and potentially be a team player. So make sure you're there for that. If you haven't already, hit that bear icon in the bottom right corner if you're watching on your phone. An easy way to subscribe. Or you could go down below, hit the sub button, and right on there by it, you will also have that bell icon. Click that. You'll get notified when any and everything happen, whether it's live stream, whether it's a posted video, or if it's something over on the community tab as well. And if you enjoyed things today, despite the team's lack of success, our success has just kept on running. Leave Forrest and the Cardinal a little bit of a thumbs up. And we will be back tomorrow for some more football. And we'll be back here with Forrest Saturday with Sac State for their bowl game in an off season on Wednesday. A whole lot to look forward to. Go have a great rest of your weekend and hopefully great start to your week.